Hi everyone, welcome back to Living Even Keeled. My name is Patricia and I am a full-time stay-at-home mom. I consider myself a home manager. I love running my home. There are lots of things I can do on my own and some things I take more pleasure in than others, but there are quite a few things that I cannot do on my own that are outside of my skill set and my husband's skill set. And so last month we found ourselves hiring a lot more professionals than we ever have just to do regular maintenance. We didn't get anything major done at all to our home, but we had to do those things that keep it in working order. So one of these things was scheduled months in advance before everything happened in the world. That was our fireplace. We were having issues with our fireplace when we turned on the gas switch. It would take a long delay before it actually ignited. Sometimes it wouldn't ignite at all. And so we kind of tinkered around ourselves with the pilot light and just kind of try to clean it out and see what was what. But it's one of those things that is dangerous if you don't know what you're doing. So we hired a professional. It was very affordable and he came out and he totally fixed it. It works great when you turn it on the first time. He also cleaned it out and I thought I did a good job cleaning it out. I saw that there was like fake logs because it's a gas fireplace. I didn't know we had logs in there. Like I didn't know what it looked like. I thought it was just all black. There was this little tile on the side. Well, this man came and he did an even better immaculate job. It's beautiful. I love it. It reflects when the sun is hitting it. I can see the reflection of my coffee table in there in the glass. It's so crystal clear. It's very clean. And he even added some more little like burning ember kind of things on the bottom. It's almost sparkly, almost glittery. And I love it. I just absolutely love it. They didn't just clean it. I'm focusing on the cleaning, but they serviced it and make sure it wasn't getting too hot because it was getting very hot and everything safe, and we're not going to blow up the living room now when we turn it on. We also had to get our AC, our air conditioner, a tune-up. We weren't sure if we were going to have to get a whole new unit or not, and we were nervous because that is very pricey, and who wants to spend money on that? I like being warm. I keep my thermostat at like 80 in the summer, but I have other people who live here who don't like being as warm as me, namely my husband, and so I know we all use blankets to cuddle up in the winter time, but I also have to keep them out in the summer because the air conditioner and the ceiling fan and all that, it can make me very chilly. But anyway, long story short, the unit itself is still fine. We just needed a tune-up, a clean out, some Freon and stuff like that. So we did recently install ceiling fans in all the upstairs bedrooms. We had them in 2, so now we have them in all 3. And having a ceiling fan in the summer really makes a huge difference. Even if the AC is not totally kicking in yet, just having the air moving is so nice. So that should help cut down on how much we have to run the thing in the first place. Third fun, wonderful thing we had to do in April was replace our water heater. Our water heater is as old as the house. I think it's about 22 years old, 23 years old, and I'm pretty sure he said those usually last like 12 to 13 years. So we got double the life out of the original water heater. It happens that one day my husband noticed water coming out of the top, like a little leak, and it was very minor. Thankfully, he had his eye on it because we caught it in advance. The people came out, so they said you did the right thing. We replaced it, got a new one. It's beautiful new water heater. It works great. It works quickly. You don't feel like the house shake when you turn on the hot water for the first time. I don't know if you've ever heard the water heater ignite or been near it when it happens, but it's kind of terrifying. It looks nice, it looks clean, and it's good to go for several more years. So I think I'm gonna have to put like just peeking at things like regular maintenance, checking for leaks and stuff. I'm gonna have to put that on one of my lists. You guys know I love my list, my routines, my 6-month routine, my seasonal routine, my Sunday routine, all those things. So I'm gonna have to make sure that I remember how vital it was that we spotted some of these things early so we saved money and a headache down the line. So if you haven't just peeked around your utility kind of things, go do that now and make sure everything's working. Now let's talk about the yard maintenance. I'm going to show you our beautiful front yard right now before it changes. We're going to do our best to keep it up. We paid a gardener, let's call him a landscaper, to come out, kind of redo some things on the front and sides of our home, and now it's up to us to keep it up and keep it that way. And I know we can do that part, but like designing it, putting it, planting it, all that stuff was just outside of our ability at this point. So we paid him to pull out some dead things, to trim lots of stuff. I need to get a hedger. I still don't have a hedger, so that's gonna have to happen. I'm a homeowner now, come on guys. So they trimmed everything. They trimmed these really cool trees. He talked to us about the age maybe of some of these trees, whether or not we wanted to take which ones out. And it was very simple. He just kind of cleaned everything up, new mulch, planted 3 boxwoods, 2 of these really cute yellow bushes, 3 things up by the mailbox. Did I say 3 on each side of the house? It just looks wonderful. It looks great. And I'm so glad to have that blank slate because like I said, I can maintain almost anything, but coming up with it from scratch was hard. We are gonna have him come back in the fall, maybe September, October sometime, and help us out with our backyard. But for now, the budget's closed, and so we did what we could with the money we've had in our savings, and we are excited to drive up to our home and see how beautiful it is. And lastly, we did hire an electrician to fix one of the fans. My husband can hang the fans himself, but one of the fans had like a dual switch for the fan and the light, and he wanted to make sure that was done correctly. And also there was an outlet in our master bedroom right where I keep my desk that had no plug. It was just like an outlet box, but there was nothing behind it, no wires. And so he came in and he was able to get that up and running. So now I can plug in a lamp. Can you believe the simple joys? Just having an outlet right where you need it. It was perfect because there is electricity like a few feet up. So he was able to kind of just do his magic and make it come down. And that guy was professional, and that guy was nice and friendly, and he covered his shoes when he came into the home, and he wore a mask, and he didn't smell like smoke. I'm just saying, I felt like, yeah man, join us for breakfast, you're cool. So guys, sometimes we have to shell out money to people who know what they're doing. There's only so much I know. Whenever I do stuff like this and write these checks, I'm always encouraged to learn how to do more things on my own. It is worth it though. If you find the right person, it's worth the peace of mind, the headache, you know, the wondering if you did it correctly and then having to go back and do it again. I don't regret a single one of these bills. It was just crazy that it all happened in April, but thank goodness for tax returns. So we are hopefully done hiring people for a while. I hope all of the little machines and computery whatevers that keep my house running don't break or explode on me, because we have had most things serviced and upgraded now, and so we can start reshoveling money back into the savings account because life happens and we want to be ready for it. So sometimes managing your home means delegating the task out to someone else who knows what they're doing. I hope you're encouraged by this video. Don't feel bad if you have to spend money sometimes to keep your home up and running. It's your biggest investment and you want to make sure that you can live there as long as you need to comfortably. It's always cheaper to maintain something than to fix a problem. So thanks for tuning in, guys. I'll see you all in my next one. Bye.